Hey everyone, it's Sia Alexander Brume from Heal Love Now. And I wanted to talk about something I just recently discovered, though it resonates with a lot of other ideas that I've come across in my spiritual journey. So I'm just going to briefly describe it to you, and you can look into it further if you choose, or if you are inspired as I am about it. It's called the separation anomaly, or the primary anomaly. And basically, it sort of more deeply articulates the concept of original sin, but it takes it so much further, and basically by suggesting that there was a state of humanity, of existence, where there was absolute perfection, and we as human beings we as human beings were created out of the essence of the absolute one, the divine love of the universe, the principle of creation, made us human beings, and everything was perfect and everything was ideal, and there was only good. But out of a random fluctuation, sort of like a free will element built into the absolute, a primary anomaly occurred, which was sort of like a belief in separation that came out of the absolute, the all there is, the oneness. There was like a tiny little spin-off of a belief in separation, and this spin-off created kind of like a field of negative energy that some beings felt drawn to resolve. But in their attention toward the anomaly, toward the belief in separation, towards this kind of spin-off, they got sucked into it and were overwhelmed by it, and sort of like absorbed it, and began to act it out and be a conduit for this basically what we would call evil. So to apply it to practical strategies for now, and how we can resolve the primary anomaly, or this belief in separation, is basically to kind of go in reverse. Those beings that decided to look towards the diversion and got absorbed in it became what the present day humanity. So our task as light workers, as spiritual beings, is to kind of like backtrack and take our attention away from evil, take our attention away from the belief in separation, to completely turn towards the light and to see only the good, to acknowledge moment to moment that there is nothing but God, there is nothing but good, there is only the absolute, there is only the perfect truth of unity and harmony. And do that whenever we're faced with anything or anyone that contradicts or diverges from that absolute truth. A way that you can very quickly and presently turn off the energy of this belief in separation is to begin to be absent from the body and present with the divine. Be absent from your body, your particular identity, your name, your history, your story, the whole concept that is sort of created around this belief in a separate identity, a separate self. As you step away from your physical body and your physical life, as you step away mentally and emotionally, then what you do is you re-emerge into the oneness, into the absolute, into the divine. You return to the source. And in that return, you lessen the impact of this primary anomaly, this separation belief, and more people can be turned on and tuned in to the frequency of oneness. So I just wanted to share that with you because I think it's so beautiful and it's just so practical, and a little extra nugget of blessings that come from this attunement toward the oneness and drawing attention away from separation is that you become very powerful. You are able to attract unto yourself all that you divinely desire, because no longer is that obstacle present in your field, the obstacle of a belief in your being separate from God. And as you live out the oneness with the Creator, with the divine, moment to moment, by continuously acknowledging that there is nothing but good, there is nothing but God, all is perfect from beginning to end, the infinite, eternal, absolute, divine love is the only presence. As you do that, you begin to operate on a vibrational level that attracts only good. And this is not a good that has opposites. It's not a good that is of duality. It's a good with a capital G. A good that is God. A good that cannot be impeded in any way. It cannot be hampered. It is absolute. All it takes is your attention. When we as humans gave our attention to what seemed to be other than good, we gave it life, because we have this creative energy in us from the divine. So where we put our attention, we give life. So turn your attention away from anything but God, anything but good, and then you take the life out of that primary anomaly, which dissolves it, and you turn toward the infinite, loving, divine embrace of the Most High God. Thank you for joining me and listening. Bless you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.